We're rolling. We're back with Tip of the Hershberg. One of my oldest friends, 40, 41.
I hate you.
I do that with
Not
everyone.
even close.
Oh, no, you're
29.
29. Yeah, you look terrible.
I'll kill your young.
Boy, how old are you?
I'm 36.
36. Do you, when people say, this is Caitlin Peluffo, great comic, great neighbor.
Oh.
Well, okay, neighbor,
Yeah.
great comic. She lives.
One to talk. Although you did do a wellness check on me yesterday.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. I feel like we should really.
So upsetting. I like screamed at my mother.
So for the people listening at home, I got a test. Caitlin's boyfriend, Steve, they both live below me. And I got one of those texts where you just assume someone's commit suicide. It's like one of those texts where you're like, I don't know. And I don't know if I like catastrophize. I think he catastrophized.
Yeah, because my mother catastrophized.
Yeah, and I just embraced it like immediately. Yeah. So I got this text from Steve, her boyfriend, that just said, it was such a fucking, and it was on a group thread, which must have been so embarrassing for you. It was
I wasn't in the group thread. He didn't even text me.
It was to everyone in the apartment
Except for Caitlin.
God, I got to get it out. It was the kind of text where I'm like, oh man, this is it. This is the big fucking, like, I have to get my friend who's hanging from a noose. It's a little like, I mean, it's really the biggest. All right, so here's the text. So the text is, hey guys, listen to this shit, Fonzie. Hey guys, this is weird, but can you check to see if Caitlin is okay? Her mom just told me she can't get a hold of her, which right away you're like, all right, she's like murdered in a ditch. And then you're like, I just called her and it goes straight to voicemail. And her location on her phone has her in Manhattan at 5:15 yesterday. That's the part where you're like, oh, this is like already like a murder. Like it's already like the timeline on a Netflix doc. Would really appreciate it. Thanks. And then I text back something that adds to it. I go, should I knock on her door? And he goes, please. And I'm like, doing it now. So I'm also thinking about him from his perspective. Yeah. Like he's getting the texts. It's just leading up to like, sorry about this. And I go, and then I'm like, so I'm knocking. I don't hear anything.
Oh God.
I can see if I can get in with the key, which at that point, whenever you're like, I should get in with the key, the person's dead. That's how it works. So and in my head at this point, I literally was like, she's dead. Which is probably a big insult that I just was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the happiest person you know is dead.
Well, yeah, but you're the kind of happy that's like, you're like Robin Williams happy.
Oh, that's true. I am Robin Williams. It gets really, really
you're like
high.
Happy. It's like hiding, Yeah. So it actually did. I was like, kind of like, I don't know. I catastrophize. It wasn't you. I don't think you're necessarily suicidal.
No.
But
thanks.
We're all comics in the world right now as it is. If someone commits suicide, I'm not like, I wouldn't be anyone. I wouldn't be that shocked. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I can see what you mean. But I literally like, Steve is gone. Yeah. And so whenever Steve is gone, I'm like, Caitlin gets to play, which is me sitting up late watching trashy shows that I know he will not like. And so I was watching Ginny in Georgia. My phone died and I went to bed and I forgot to plug it in. That is literally what happened.
And that's the chaos. Yeah. And
that was the chaos.
And they do, your mom and they do not wait the day to file a missing report.
No.
That's like, because what happened was, so you're watching this show. What's it called?
Ginny in Georgia. It's trash.
It's trash.
It's trash.
Well, it must be trash because I feel like
it's
what
like
you like
knockoff.
Ain't that.
I know. I like bad shows. I want an escape, and this is for sure an escape.
See, the suicidal thing.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I thought you were looking for an escape. Like
Yeah, you're not wrong. All the signs are pointing towards you being correct.
Yeah, you're like, I wanted to escape.
I wanted to flee my mind.
So you're watching that.
So I'm watching that. My phone just dies, but I'm like, hey, it's my life. I went to bed at like 6 a.m. I went to bed like watching this show. I lost track of time because my phone had died.
And what time did your phone die? Sorry to say it again.
It probably died around like 4.
Which isn't like a thing. Like your phone dying then isn't even, to me it's like a phone dies if it's during the day. You know what I mean?
It's just
at
off
night.
It's supposed to be off.
Yeah. Like that's not like, civilization should not crumble.
No.
If your phone.
Exactly.
Like if your phone dies at 4 a.m., you shouldn't wake up and turn on the news and be like, we're looking for Caitlin Peluffo in like a helicopter. Like.
But that's how my mother is. So like my mom, she saw that my location, she checks my location every day.
So when did she call? I'm just trying to get the timeline of this documentary where nothing happens.
Nothing happened. I think she called around 11.
11 in the morning.
11 in the morning.
So your phone's dead at 4 in the morning. You're watching Jenny and Jordan. You go to sleep. And then at 11 in the morning.
I was asleep. My phone was still dead.
And it went straight to voicemail. And that was concerning to her, I think.
Yes,
maybe, right?
I think that was concerning to her. And then she looked on the location app and it said that I was still in Manhattan for some reason. And
right, because it's sometimes late.
It's sometimes
early,
just delayed or whatever. And so I didn't even think about it. Like, I was just like, I'm alone. I get to stay up late and watch my trashy shows. I'm eating fruit.
Right.
Going nuts.
So if I'm getting this straight, in your relationship, in your life, you had this one night of freedom, and for you, freedom is just staying up late, and even that was too much freedom for the people who have trapped you into a prison.
Correct.
Even that was like, she's off the grid.
I'm surrounded by people with severe anxiety, and so I don't have severe anxiety. I get anxious, but I don't have severe anxiety, and so everything I do, they're like, "Is she okay? Is that all right?"
And it went through an anxiety game of telephone, like it all compounded. Like your mom to Steve, there's no one there to say, "Calm down."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
that's what my like mother is.
It's like the old,
she already thought that I was dead.
Yeah. And then to Steve and then to me, and I embrace that. I completely leaned in. I'm not joking. I'm like, I guess I could I guess, it makes sense. We all watch true crime and shit.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was on the beach with my sister and her kids, and she just went on a kayak and just wanted to go around for like a while without her kids. And she disappeared around like the bend. She didn't come back for 30 minutes. I was convinced she had been murdered. Like, it was insane. I just go straight to that.
Yeah.
But so...
It's like the 0.1% chance thing happening, and we're like, that's us. That's our life.
It's 0.1, but it's all we watch. It's all we consume. So
it seems like it happens all the time, but it doesn't. It's so rare.
It is very rare. I mean, everything. That's the thing about like America in general. America's so big that everything is so rare. Any like a catastrophic thing, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even school shootings, even all that shit is still like super rare.
Yeah.
So we just have an inability to fully. We're still in like cave gatherer mentality. And so any information we assume affects the whole tribe. So we have an inability to fully contextualize the amount of people and the statistical rarity. So that's why I'm like, just imagine you hanging in your bedroom. And I'm thinking I'm the one.
We don't even have a ceiling fan.
I guess you're right. I don't know what I was imagining you hanging from.
Yeah. I mean, probably just the doorknob.
No, I never imagined that.
Okay. Because that's how Anthony Bourdain died, right?
Yeah. But that's like...
Same with Robin Williams.
I know. There's a great comic, Paul Hooper, who has a bit about how like they start dying like that, and they're just kind of bragging about being rich, that they have the kind of doorknob that they can hang, like a kind of beautiful marble doorknob. Meanwhile, Paul's like, if I could do that like I'd just break the doorknob and the landlord would get mad at me. Great comic. Check him out, Paul Hooper. And but yeah, I guess I just imagine you hanging, and I remember having the thought, I was like, this is it. But let me ask you this. I'm just curious.
Ask away.
Do you think it's crazy that I thought all this, or do you think from the text and stuff it's kind of a natural thing?
I think whenever no, I don't think you're crazy. I think my mother made things huge. And so when she relayed that to Steve, he made things even bigger.
Right. He just,
and then
there's no calmer downer in this situation.
No. There's no one who go, just put the flame out. No, it's just, Caitlin's dead. And it's just like, no, I'm not. I had to be like, Mom, you need to go back to therapy.
Yeah.
Because you need to put your thoughts on trial. What does your daughter do? She lives in New York.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She's lived there for a long time. She knows not to take the subway late at night.
It is insane that she called you at 11.
Yes. She didn't even give it 3 hours.
Yeah, she didn't give it 3 hours. I haven't talked to my mom in weeks. Like, I don't return calls. And
then I was just talking to Jordan. She brought up a good thought. She was like, what if you were cheating? What if you were out getting banged?
She'd have snitched on you.
She had snitched on me. What the hell, Mom?
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
She snitched on me.
That was my other option, that you're having sex with a woman. My two things I think about you is that you're suicidal and deep down a lesbian.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, God. Honestly, if I were a lesbian, I'd be a lesbian.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd make my day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is crazy that it was like, it is like almost like you're
3 hours.
Yeah.
It was 3 hours.
It feels like you're like in a hostage situation.
Yes.
Or like you can't escape something.
I was so mad. I was like, is this going to be my life? I can't do anything I want.
And the thing you wanted was
just to sleep.
Just to sleep. It was just to sleep.
I just wanted
Which
to
is
sleep.
like death. I mean, once again, suicide is kind of
want to feel
you
nothing.
see what I'm it is like you're like, I just wanted to sleep. I just wanted to escape the overbearing overprotectiveness of my mother and my boyfriend.
Yes, exactly.
And go drift into oblivion.
Yes. And it was wonderful while it lasted.
Yeah.
Tell her ding, ding, ding. And then I hear you come in and you're like, oh shit, the cat got out.
Yeah. That's what happened. So yeah, I had to get a key. Everyone's waiting. I opened the door. And in my head, this is my thought process. I'm thinking, you're dead. You're hanging from a thing, and I'm going to have to take you off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm a little upset because I just took a little kratom and I was just starting to drink kratom. So I was like, fuck.
That's why you were upset.
I was like, this is going to ruin my buzz.
I finally took my good drug.
I was like, this is going to ruin my buzz. I hadn't had it in a while. I was going to take a kratom, just kind of, if you don't know, it's like a tea that gives you a nice warm feeling. Suicide kind of. And, and I was like, I'm just going to take that. And fucking, but I was like, I just took a drop and I'm like, this is a real buzz killer. She's like fucking dead.
Yeah. Yeah. It would really ruin your afternoon.
It would. Yeah. And then I thought, I started to think about the funeral, and then I'd be the person who found them. You know what I mean? Which is high up in the grief hierarchy. The person who found the person.
That's true. That's true. You would get a lot of attention.
And then I thought, I have a show Friday. I'm running an hour, and I thought, would I be able to do the show?
Oh, I'm so flattered that you thought about canceling.
No, I don't think I would have done it.
Oh, thank you.
You would have done this show.
Oh, for sure.
I would have fucking.
You'd be like, this is in honor of Raanan.
Yeah, I could have died of a heart attack on stage. You would have like followed me and just done it while they're dragging my corpse off. But
well, they're gonna get him some water.
But I know. I was thinking, could I do the show Friday? And I was like, fuck, I don't think so.
Oh, well, thank you. That means a lot.
And then you're just like, yeah, I'm here. And it was a little, I'll be honest, it was a little anticlimactic.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to have done that to you.
It was a little like, I didn't want you to die, but at the same time, I was like, there was all these movie stakes, and they just kind of went away.
Thank God. Thank God they all went away. And then you get to do your show on Friday. Yeah, that was awful. Because I was naked. I sleep naked. And
you sleep naked?
Yeah. I
know. It's not my fault, though. I got the approval from everyone. Yeah.
You did everything right. The two fuck-ups were my mom and Steve.
But did you, when I came in, were you thinking I was being so intrusive? Because you didn't know yet.
No.
You just were cool with me opening the door?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We live together. Like, we live in the same building. And if Steve asked you to check on me, then...
No, that's what I'm saying. You didn't know Steve asked you.
I would. You said that was one of the first things you said.
Oh, so I said that.
You literally came in and you're like, Caitlin? And I was like, yeah. And you're like, Steve asked me to be here. Make sure you're okay. And I was like, apparently he can't find you. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I honestly, and I didn't think it was intrusive. I was just more like, the immediate response was, oh, something must be up.
Right.
Something must be wrong. Like, oh, George needs us out of the building and he can't get a hold of it because I knew he was doing construction. But I didn't think
you're not just thinking I'm there to like attack you.
No, definitely not. I could take you, Raanan. I'd just come out naked and be like, no, get away. I need to be out of that building.
It was like I was worried about coming in. Remember when we were at that festival in where was it in
Atlanta?
And it was me, you, and Chloe at the place, right?
And Pedro.
And this is so funny because now I wouldn't like worry. I think it was like the height of the Me Too shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I got so worried because one night I was coming back to my room and I actually opened the door to the wrong door, and it was Chloe's door.
Oh.
And it was like, I think it was in the middle of the night or pretty late. And she's like, what is it? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And which is like not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I was spiraling the next day. I'm like, I'm going to get canceled. She's going to say like I came in the middle of the night and tried to cut off her mole or something. Like, it's just like, It's just like crazy. Like I was just so spiraling. You know?
No. I mean, you're creepy, but you're not that kind of creepy.
What kind of creep am I?
Well, only because I know you. I know what you like.
Sexually?
Maybe not sexually, but I know how you look at women. You know, but you don't act on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mean like a guy?
Yeah.
A good moral guy?
I don't know about moral, but
I mean, I feel like that's a good guy. I mean, like,
yeah. You're not a creep, but you do think creepy things.
Well, I don't know. I guess so. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I think sexual things.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that creepy?
Maybe it's not creepy. Maybe I'm confusing.
I'm horny. I'm lustful. Well, that might be it. I'm not going to argue against that one.
I think it's pathetic. I think, that must be it. I'm confusing creepy and pathetic. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's pathetic. Yeah. Well, because I have sexual feelings, but I'm a 6. That's what's considered creepy. If I was a 10, it would be fine.
No, it would still be creepy. I think I'm at my age now. I'm like, men are creeps, and now I notice it because I'm becoming creepy.
You are.
I'm getting creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really.
And I also think it's also curiosity.
Right.
Yeah. I want to know how gay sex works.
But none of this is creepy. I think you're being you're maybe breaking free from some puritanical stuff.
I think you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like not creepy. I mean, to me, nothing is. There's things that are immoral.
Yes.
And then but in terms of like exploring stuff, I guess I don't really know if anything's. I don't know. I guess the term creepy seems like, it always seemed like a weird term, because I always felt like when women are like, that guy's creepy, I think most of the time it meant an ugly guy flirting with them. Oh, I think that's like 90% of the time. I could be wrong.
I think it's staring.
Staring.
What creeps me is when a man stares.
Even that, if it was a hot guy,
I would still be unsettled.
You would be?
Yes. I think I've seen enough true crime to know that the hot guy can also be the killer.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
But
Ted Bundy.
But even that, I think you're thinking of creepy hot.
Creepy hot?
Like as opposed to just hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you also think that hot people get away with everything.
They do. Of course they do. Of course they do. What do you mean? Of course.
You have a bias against hot people.
I do, but it's justified. I mean, it's not justified. Hot is like rich.
I see.
It's not their fault.
I have that about rich people.
Yeah, it's not I have that about rich people too.
Yeah.
It's not their fault, but they are privileged in a way they don't understand.
Yeah.
And it is a privilege we just don't talk about. We're like, oh, it's so hard to be Bosnian or whatever the fuck, or whatever the new thing is.
Yeah, Bosnian's the new thing.
I don't know. Okay. Whatever the new. So hard to, it's just like, but it's like ugly is worse than fucking.
Yes, ugly is
worse than like other
death.
Yeah. Well, it's worse than like other things that people talk about with privilege. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'd rather be a beautiful black man than an ugly white man. And so would you. So would everyone. So would everybody. Yeah. So there you go.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I mean, yeah, you're a little more trepidatious around the police, but then the red carpet's just rolled out around you for everything else. You know?
That is true.
Of course it's true. Yeah. How many comics? I mean, we're not bad looking people.
No.
But we're definitely.
Fonzie? Tell me I'm pretty. Okay.
But we're definitely funny because we're funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're not funny because we're hot. I see what you're saying.
How many hot people are like, oh, they're really funny, but really they just are able to put together a joke or two? Yeah. And then people are like, whoa.
He didn't have to do anything. And look at him talking.
Which is also, I guess, with comedy, it's so upsetting. What we're talking about, that like, comedy is, I mean, at least for me, I don't know about you, but like for me, it was a way to like get girls. It was a way to like have something to bring to the table. Yeah. But when you're hot, you already have something you brought to the table. So going to the comedy world, well, now you're just taking everything. Yeah. You're just taking like, yeah. It's like, it's not,
I get it. This is what I had to work really hard for. And you're getting the same amount of attention right away because you're hot.
Well, it's like I had an evolutionary habit to survive. You know what I mean? It's like I have a long neck, like a giraffe to survive.
You do not,
but yeah, I know, I have a very small neck, which is the problem. I have no neck, which is what we're talking about right now. But like, I have it's like having a long neck of a giraffe, and then seeing a lion with a really long neck, and you're like, you're a lion.
Yeah, you don't also.
I have the long neck.
Yeah,
it allows me. I can't attack, but I can eat the shit really high up from the tree. You know.
Yeah, it's fair.
A hot comic is like a lion with a long neck. It's just not fair.
It's not fair. It isn't. It's yeah, I get it.
But I also think you're not as funny when you're hot.
Yeah, I also to your peers, I would say, because people on the internet don't know.
But they don't even know what laughter is. People like the generation now, like who start like they don't know what it is to laugh.
Yeah,
they're too afraid to laugh.
Yeah,
they don't even know. It's like they're beyond. I did a show recently, Ashley Gavin's show.
Yeah,
and I did not. I was glad she told me this, but it was insane. I was glad she told me this, but she went up to me. She's like, "All right, before you go on, just let you know, these people are super woke and they suck. They're just young people. These people suck. You like if you do a joke that seems like you're going to have a Republican angle or a conservative angle, even if it's the flip is that you don't, they won't stay with it until the flip. So don't do those jokes." And I'm like, that's like my act. Like, that's literally.
That's everything you do.
That's everything I do. I try to come off as conservative, and then the flip is I have the same view you do. I don't know.
Like, I want health care.
Yeah. It's like that's comedy too. It's like you take a bad point of view, and then there's a way to release tension by not really having that bad point of view or something. So I'm like, okay, so I can't do like most of my comedy.
How was your set?
It was good because I was really appreciative that she said that. It was scary.
Yeah.
Because like right away I'm like, I have all these bits that's just like fucking like, especially shit I'm working on right now. It's like, but I talked about pegging fairly quickly.
Good for you. That's very pro her crowd.
Yeah, that got me in with them. That got me in with those fucking queers. And,
those young queers.
It's so funny how like it's all tribalism. Like I go down south, I gotta. Man, fucking guns are great. I was like, yeah. And then I go to Brooklyn, I'm like, pegging, huh? And they were like, yeah. It's like the same shit. You just have to like pander to them. Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to be Abe Lincoln during slavery times.
Yeah. So it's wait, what do you mean?
Abe Lincoln, when he was trying to get elected, he would be in the North. He would be like, he would make like fairly abolitionist speeches.
Okay.
And then he'd go to the South and be like, oh, we should get rid of slavery, but they're not equal. He would say that. Like if you look at, there's two wildly different, we learned this I did this thing called Sojourn to the Past, and it followed the civil rights.
I feel like something that Florida is definitely trying to cancel.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But we followed the civil rights trail. It was like a field trip, that we did in high school, and so that's where we learned.
White kids walking around Selma. It's hot.
Yeah, 100%. It was like I look back and I'm like, oh, this is just to create non-racist.
There's no Wi-Fi at the Underground Railroad in this part of the Underground Railroad. Jesus, is this what they had to deal with?
I know.
Are you telling me that Harriet Tubman didn't have Wi-Fi? Oh my God.
How'd she do it?
How'd she get those slaves to come with her?
Actually, it was all of us in our Nokia phones playing Snake, just ignoring everything that was going on.
Where did you go? Wait, so where was it? Where did you go?
We started in Atlanta, and then
Atlanta's a good place. Birmingham. So you started like, this is where Martin Luther King got shot.
Yeah, we went to where Marcus Garvey got shot.
By the way, I didn't mean to laugh. Like that was
you
a
were
sound
laughing
clip.
pretty hard.
That could like just be going. And this is where Martin Luther King got shot. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
We all heard it. Yeah. Roll back the tape. But we went where Marcus Garvey got shot. We went
just where everyone got shot.
Pretty much.
Where Medgar Evers got shot.
Yeah, it was literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Where else did we go? I think we went to Savannah, Selma. We walked across the bridge.
What happened in Savannah? Not to put you on the spot.
I don't know.
It's just.
I think I just made up a city.
I really put you on the spot.
I was like, I don't know, but I know it's Selma. I think I was trying to think of Selma, and Savannah came out.
Oh, okay.
But it got me to Selma. So
I want to try a test you. I was just curious.
But we did the whole thing, and then there's so many museums and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we had like people. Oh, the Birmingham bombing. And we went to Little Rock.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yes. But yeah, in Birmingham.
You went all the way to Little Rock?
I believe it was we literally took a bus.
It really was a sojourn.
It was a sojourn. And we followed the Freedom bus
Caucus
rides.
Trail ride.
The Freedom ride. Okay, anyway, it was a lot. I'm probably remembering all of this wrong, and people are going to be like, you're a racist.
I don't want to test you because I feel bad, but like, what happened in Little Rock?
Little Rock?
Yeah.
That's where the segregated schools. Yes.
That were
the high schoolers. Yeah.
The first like desegregation.
Yes. The Little Rock 9.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, all they had to do, like I went to public school.
Yeah.
Many years after desegregation. And all they would have to have done back then to calm down white people to be like, don't worry, the kids will segregate themselves. Because like if you go to high school, at least what I did, like the black kids were like it was just like a I mean, there'd be some overlap, but there was some natural self-segregation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, at my school, we didn't have a lot of black kids, but we did have a lot of Hispanic and Asian. And a lot of them just all spoke Spanish somewhere else. And then so it's like a language barrier.
It's actually more insulting because before we couldn't hang out. But then once we could, no one wanted to. So it was much more insulting because you're like, oh, black people don't even want to hang out with me.
Yeah, they don't even like me.
At first I thought they just couldn't but wanted to. But now I know it's like their choice.
Yeah. They're like, no, you go over there with your mayonnaise.
Segregation did take away a little of the personal.
Yeah. Now we know it's our personality.
Yeah, now it's personality that are like, you know, but yeah, so the Freedom Trail and Martin Luther King, but Abe Lincoln, that's what we're talking about.
Abe Lincoln, yeah. But yeah, they showed us the different speeches he made in different
what we did, the Abe Lincoln thing was from, I know this is a transgression, a sin. I know slavery, freeing slaves is a transgression. I know, digression, but what was the what
were we talking about before?
Speaking on both sides, how to appeal to both.
Woke comedy.
Oh yes.
I put out a sketch today, and someone already accused me of doing woke comedy. Woke comedy sucks. That's what a guy said. And I was like, it's not even woke comedy.
Yeah, they say that on anything.
Yeah. It's just a sketch I made with Alexa.
You'll have like a black person in a sketch and be like, woke comedy.
Yeah, it's like, that's not what this is.
Yeah, I mean, I get mean YouTube comments all the time.
You do?
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, women get them, but so do men.
Yeah, but women get them like, you're so fat and ugly, I want to rape your face.
Yeah, we don't get the rape your face part, which is way worse because we just get the fat ugly. So there's not even a desire for sex. Like
they want to rape the speech right out of us.
But I'm just getting fat and ugly. I'm not even like, at least fat and ugly, like you're fat bitch, I want to rape you. At least there's somewhat of a contradiction there.
Jesus Christ.
Well, clearly they have some, you know, I got what I got the other day?
What?
Maybe if you lost 40 pounds, you wouldn't have that lisp. That's pretty bad.
That's mean.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'd rather rape you fucking bitch. Honestly, it's not personal.
Oh, rape isn't personal?
Well, the threat of rape could be for anyone. You know what I mean? That lisp thing, he wasn't copying and pasting that for a lot of people.
No. Yeah.
Well, it's upsetting. Well, first of all, the YouTube commenter, he just happens to know that, like, I don't know how, but he just, like, they have Hannibal Lecter intuition.
Yeah.
So he just happened to know that 40 is the exact number I want to lose. So he just, like, saw that and he just, you know what I mean? Yeah. But what really made it, I think, so mean is that it's not true. I would not lose my lisp.
Yeah.
I think that's what made it so mean, which is that
I'm always going to have this.
It was the meanest suggestion, and it wasn't even a real suggestion. Yeah. It's like, maybe if your dick was bigger, you wouldn't be retarded. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. So it's like, I can't even use that as a... I couldn't even like be like, all right, that's mean, but I'll take him up on that.
Yeah.
If I lost 40 pounds, I'd still have the lisp.
Yeah. You would. If you lost your lisp, it would be very sad.
Would it?
Yes. Your lisp is part of who you are.
Keeps me humble.
Keeps you humble. It keeps you adorable.
Yeah, I guess
lovable.
So. Yeah. Well, thank you. Maybe I need it.
You need it. You could be the lisp comment.
Because you need it. Without it, you're like, I'm just like, yeah, the lisp comic. Yeah. But you know what?
Everybody's got to have an angle.
You know what I do now? You can do this on YouTube. Like I report it, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you report it, they give you options. Uh-huh. And I just go to child pornography. So I always report. It's
and
really
so they
funny.
get shut down.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Oh my God.
I'm all about the FBI. They've raided everyone who's ever been mean to me. I'm all about them. Yeah, you can do that. It's on there. I don't know if I put child pornography, but there's child abuse. That's what I put. And it's child abuse. It's hurting my inner child.
Yeah.
It's child abuse.
It's true. You could fight that in court.
So, any fans you like to say mean shit? 'Cause fans also say mean shit. That's the weird thing. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. They think they're being funny.
They think they're being funny, but there's nothing about it that sounds. They're just like, you fucking dirty, evil Jew. I hope you died in the Holocaust. You fucking piece of shit. And then I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? And then I try to like silence them. And they're like, dude, I'm your biggest fan, man. I was just trying to be funny. I'm like, really?
Yeah, sometimes I get comments and I'm like, I don't know if this is nice or not.
The familiarity. They're trying to be mean. That's why it's like, I think me and you are, I mean, you're fair. You're a nice. It's good to your comic persona not to be too mean, because the meaner it is, the more they think
it's okay to be
like
mean.
the shit they say to probably like Shane Gillis, and fucking Bobby Kelly. It's just like I couldn't take it. I'd cry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If you're like, especially if you're like very edgelordy.
Yes.
Like Luis Gomez is probably his fans are probably just like.
Yeah, they're going after.
They're just calling him slurs. Like it's like what? That's the you know.
Yeah, but he's probably loving it.
I guess that's the point.
Yeah, he loves it. But we're like, oh man, gee shucks, stop it.
No, I hate it.
I just worked really hard on that.
I hate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I hate when people are mean. I'm like, can we all just get along?
I know. It's like, I'm just trying to make you laugh.
I know.
That's all I'm trying to do.
I know. I've been saying, like, it would. I mean, I guess I try to do a bit about this, but I do believe it. Like, it'd be cool to have an app where you translate the emotional sorrow behind every YouTube comment. Like, it's like, fuck you, you fat piece of shit. And then you click and it translates to like, wife left him 2 days ago.
Yeah.
You know, because that would make you feel better if you could do that. If you could be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I had one guy, my insecurity is my arms.
Yeah.
So I've been working them out like crazy, and so they've gotten a lot better. But
isn't it funny how YouTube comments are our like coach, our like gym coach?
Life coach. I'm like, look, I don't have flabby underarms now. But this guy, he was like, man, you have man arms, and I responded, if that means I look really strong, I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah. And then someone else was like, you go, girl. And then he wrote back, yeah, I meant like you look really strong and I really like that. And I was like, thank you.
So it was being complimentary.
Yeah. But the way he said, you have man arms.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It wasn't. There's no way that's being complimentary. He's just trying to get out of it. People they don't think you respond. I think everyone thinks we like don't post this shit ourselves. Yeah, I think everyone thinks like they're just like going to the wind. But what they don't know is that we're getting an alert on our phone. Yeah. Every time you call us like a fat fag, we're getting an alert right there to be like, "Oh, die, you Jew piece of shit!" Bing, bing. It's like a fucking self-hatred in a like cycle on your phone. Yeah,
yeah. We go into therapy. We're like, "Here, just got a new one."
And it's also weird because it's like we hate ourselves. Like you're like we're not cocky. Yeah, and then you're bringing us down. We are insecure, and you're just bringing us down worse. Yeah. But I guess, they don't care. They're just like...
No, they don't care. They don't realize what they're doing. People who write those comments are very insular. They're very in their own
I also have a feeling a lot of them are 12.
Yeah. They don't know what they're saying. They have no life experience. It's like my niece and my nephew. I love them very much. And they make fun of me and they say mean things. And I'm like, if you had any life experience, you would know how shitty you're being.
I know. And what's really not fair, like when my nephew calls me fat, I want to be like, this isn't fair because you haven't lived long enough to get fat. Yeah. So you're not playing by like you could be fat. Yeah. Your future could be fatter than me. Yeah. But we don't know yet because you're fucking 7. Yeah. I mean, you're a little chubby as like a 7-year-old, but it's more like 7-year-old chubby. But like it's not fair. Yeah. Yeah. But you're right. They don't have the life experience, so they don't know.
So they don't know that what they're saying is harsh.
Yeah, they don't know what like pain is.
Yeah, they haven't been hurt before.
They haven't been hurt before, so they're just like, yeah. Or they don't know what it is. I mean, they've been hurt in the way like a sociopath is hurt. You know what I mean? They've been like, oh, I don't have godlike control and I'm angry. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like a toddler, but they don't have like, oh, I feel alone in the universe.
Yeah. They've never been lonely before.
Yeah, lonely hurt.
Yeah, I mean, they're very good kids. I want to say that. They're good. They're very sweet, but sometimes they like hit you.
Yeah.
Right
well,
where it hurts, and you're like, God damn it.
That's why when like my nephews are mean, I'm like, he's like 6. If he's mean, I'm just like, when I come back with, I'm just like, there's no God.
Yeah.
To your life, you know, you just got to come back. You got to give them the life experience.
I literally just say, that wasn't very nice. And then I walk away.
I know.
I think I called my niece a bitch once. She was like, you're being a bitch. She was just like, okay. And I was like, God, that didn't even hurt you.
I know. Kids are fucking worst. I mean, like, no. And you got to just, they just say the meanest shit. Mm-hmm. I remember I was playing tennis with my nephew. He's 7. And I'm like, and they don't always know how they're saying it. Yeah. Like, I hit the ball badly and lost the game. And he was just saying it like losing the game. But what came out was, you're a loser. A loser. You're such a loser.
And you're just like, I know.
I just have to be like, I just literally have to be like, that's not a good word to say. When I really want to be like, you can't even get hard yet. Fuck you. But you don't want to say that.
They're like, what's hard?
I'm like, I'm a loser. I've had sex like 8 or 9 times. You're a fucking virgin who lives with your mom. You're pathetic.
Got his ass.
Fucking loser. Yeah.
Oh God.
No, it sucks. They're so mean, and it's like, you're just like, that's not a good word to say while you're crying
that's
inside.
Not very nice.
I know, but you just gotta wait for life to break them.
Yeah.
And then
I tried to write a joke about it. I was like, I just want something bad to happen to them, but not too bad. But it's just a little bad.
It is true though, because I think people become nice after feeling pain and sadness.
After failure, yeah.
Well, you could go either, or you become Hitler. You become one or the other. But like, for a lot of people, that is how you could become nice. Yeah. I don't think you can be nice without sorrow and sadness. You know what I mean? Because that's where the compassion comes from.
Yes, I think I just want them to learn compassion.
And they need that through pain that can't be consoled.
Yeah. I should make it clear. I know my mother's going to be listening to this because she's over the top. But
I assume she's loud. I'd be worried if she wasn't listening to this.
I don't want anything bad to happen to my niece and my nephew. It's a joke. Okay. But just something, kids are... You know what I love about kids though? But they are cute. It's important they're cute. Yeah. Because they weren't cute, we'd drop them in a dumpster. We'd murder all of them because they're so mean. I love when kids talk and they're saying a sentence and they get stuck on a word and it's like a record skipping. They're just like, and then I went to and then I and you're like, you're not supposed to like hit them, but you're like, I feel like it's the only way it's gonna get them out of that. Yeah. I went to the zoo and then get back on track. That's a bit.
That bit?
That's a bit.
Mark it down, Fonzie.
That's a bit.
I like how in that moment Fonzie became my court reporter.
Your notepad.
Mark it down, Fonzie.
Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay. I was rolling over my cords.
So you're not suicidal?
No. To bring it all back, I'm not suicidal.
But that's good to know. I by the way, you might know this, but I confronted Steve afterwards.
Why?
Did he not tell you?
I haven't seen him. He's on the road.
Oh,
he's gone. He's going to visit his dying grandfather.
Well, I really.
So I'm glad you confronted him.
Well, he never responds to my texts.
He doesn't respond to mine.
I know, it's bad. But then suddenly on the EMT, suddenly he texts me and I'm like emergency responder number 1. So I just, I'm in therapy and I'm trying to learn that assertiveness is not the same as being mean. You know what I mean? You can just be assertive. So I said, listen, you little fucking bitch. I said, I'm happy to respond to text, but you don't respond to text always. And I'd appreciate if you responded quicker next time. I used your possible suicide.
Good. That's the same. That equals the same. Yeah.
And, he was contrite.
Yeah, I bet.
You ever try to be assertive?
Yeah. I try and be assertive. Probably more now that I'm older.
Yeah. It gets to a point where you're like, I think at a certain point you realize, if I'm not assertive, it's people's nature to just throw you around and disrespect you. Everyone is like a phone company. If you don't complain, they will just rip you off more and more and more. You have to complain and threaten to go to the other fucking T-Mobile, you know?
Yeah, I try and play the line between being assertive and being not kind, but like floating. You know, you
don't want to be mean, but then it's tough because you see all the mean people who complain or are mean all just get everything they want.
Yeah, but they don't have.
But they're not
love.
happy. Yeah, they don't have love.
Yeah,
but they get all whatever.
I'm trying to do this thing where I ask, because I have a bunch of friends who are doing very well, and they offer all the time, "Hey, let me know if I can help you at all." And so I'm trying to be assertive in doing that, like Sweet Mateo.
Yeah.
He's very kind. He was like, if you ever want me to promote something, just do it. Just send it to me and I'll promote it on my stories. And I'm always like, no, I don't know, you know.
Oh,
and
really?
then I finally just did it. I had a sketch and I was like, can you share this? And he shared it.
Of course, yeah.
It was very nice. And I was like, oh, okay. And like, I have to remind myself that my friends are good people.
So have you had trouble asking people? Like,
oh, yeah. I have a hard time asking people for anything.
Really? Interesting. I think there was a time when I was like that. But then at a certain point, even little stuff I got from asking, you know. At a certain point, I realized, like, you know, there are annoying people who ask for shit.
Yeah.
But you're like, all right, we're funny. People like us. I don't think it's that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, something like an Insta story it's like literally 10 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but still.
I mean, of course, yeah. But like, it's not like the biggest. It's like, it's like, you know what it is? Think about what you would do. What you would be cool with in your situation.
Yeah.
I think that's the fair way to think it, right?
Yeah, it's fair.
Except way more successful and then busier, so you'd have to
I always just assume people who have a lot of followers are way busier than I am.
Is Mateo the most famous person in the world? Every time I'm on YouTube, there's like a clip where he's like talking about linguine and it has 48 million views.
Yes, he might be. He's the most talented and the most...
he's extremely talented.
Yeah, he's extremely talented. He's very good at everything. He's very good at a lot of things.
But he's gay, so he has one flaw to balance it out.
You wish you were gay.
Well, I get pegged. It's kind of gay, right?
I mean, I think it's all fluid.
It's all fluid, right?
It's all whatever you like.
Right.
Yeah. Sexuality is just whatever you prefer.
Right. It's yeah, of course.
And it's not so pegging isn't necessarily gay. It's just something that you like to do while you have sex with a woman.
Yeah. I mean, it's about getting fucked. I also don't like getting pegged. I don't know why.
I was going to say, did you try it once and didn't like it?
I've become the spokesperson of this thing I don't even like.
We all have our thing.
But yeah, you know, I like other shit. I like getting dominated.
Yeah. Does Kate dominate you?
We go back and forth.
That's fun.
We both we go back and forth. I'll do it and then she'll do it, you know, and then sometimes we're both too tired.
Yeah. Sometimes we're just like, let's just finish this.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Do you guys have sex every day?
We have sex most days that we see each other. I'm on the road. Yeah. Yeah. We both have like pretty high libidos.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Yeah. We do a lot of role reversal, crazy shit. Yeah.
That's great.
It's getting into real like full length plays.
You're Shakespeare. Oh, Kate, my Kate.
I was doing something. I'll ask her after if I'm allowed to put this in the podcast, but I'll just say it now. I was doing something where we were. The fantasy was like we just watched Last of Us, you know, that zombie show.
Yeah.
So the fantasy was I had to inspect her before she got into the quarantine zone, but then all these elders had to fuck her, so I'd be like different people, you know. Is this crazy?
It's so elaborate.
I get really elaborate. But then at one point I was like, I had this whole thing where the elders had to impregnate her.
Impregnate her?
Yeah, but then at one point I was like, we need the babies for food later on, and she just was like,
for
what?
Food? Good for her. Good for her to draw the line at eating babies. No, that's sounds fun and playful.
Yeah, it was fun. There's no way this is going to make it to the pod.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Well, but I'm an open book.
Yeah, so. I know. Yeah. Well, when you date a non-comic, it's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. But she used to be a comic, so I feel like she's a little more understanding.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if this
We'll find out. We'll find
see
out.
how understanding this is if you're hearing this right now.
Yeah.
Well, it was so good having you here, and I'm glad that you're not suicidal. I was worried,
Me too. I'm glad I'm not either. It sounds awful. But thank you for checking on me.
Yeah, of course. I was about to knock down the door, and I had the key. I just want to get dramatic.
Scare the shit out of Benny.
Your cats would have been eating you, I guess.
Yeah, they would have eaten me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm glad you're alive. And thank you for doing this. And you got any plugs?
Yeah, follow me at Caitlin Peluffo on Instagram. My podcast, Good Time Gal.
Very good podcast.
Raanan's been on it a couple times. Very good.
Yep.
And what else I'm doing? When is this coming out?
I don't know.
Okay. It's going to be out eventually. Check out my link tree because I got all my dates.
Yeah, check out our link tree. Great comic. One of the best.
Oh, he's lying.
No one crushes like Caitlin. And no, seriously, she's one of the best. And check out our late nights. Our late nights are all incredible. Corden and Colbert. And follow me always at fucking RaananHershberg.com. And if you go to and sign up to my email list if you haven't already at KentuckyJew.com. I have different things for different
That's
things.
fun.
Yeah. But Ariel's going to get really mad. But I needed something that didn't involve my name.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm a Kentucky Jew too.
You are.
But so anyway, follow me at Kentucky Female Jew
Beer can thrown at my face.
Thrown at my face.com. But anyway, thank you all so much. See me on the road.
Bye.